Will the audience please remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors and continue standing until the colors have been retired following the national anthem. Please join vocalist Lily Bailey, a junior choral music education major in the Hayes School of Music, and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble in the singing of our national anthem.
Please be seated. Welcome to Spring 2026 Commencement for Appalachian State University. I'm Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, and I am thrilled to help honor each of you during this monumental occasion. We are so glad we all are able to celebrate your hard work, your perseverance, and your success. Before we begin, please join me in thanking Appalachian State ROTC's award-winning Pershing Rifles for presenting our national colors. Thank you also to Lily Bailey for singing the national anthem and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble conducted by Dr. Joseph Brown and Dr. Dakota Corbliss for performing all music selections during this ceremony. Commencement exercises are some of the longest standing and most time-honored traditions in the Academy. This ceremony serves as both a time of closure as you complete your academic careers at Appalachian State, and also as a bridge to the new opportunities each of you has before you. The mace is a particularly emblematic artifact used in the most formal academic ceremonies to signify authority, just as it did during the Middle Ages, when a mace bearer accompanied an official taking office and opening court. Serving as the bearer of our university mace is Dr. Mark Lewis, Associate Professor in the Department of Management. Dr. Lewis, please stand to be recognized. At every commencement ceremony, banners represent the university and each of its colleges. Carrying the university banner and serving as the name reader for this ceremony is Dr. Jeff Kalita, Associate Professor of Computer Information Systems. Dr. Kalita, will you please stand to be recognized? Carrying the college banner, Dean Sandy Vinoy, will you please stand to be recognized? Additionally, carrying the graduate school banner is Dean Ashley Colquitt, the Honors College banner, Associate Vice Provost Vicki Klima, and our university library's banner carrier, Veronica Wells, Associate Dean for Learning and Research. Will you all please stand to be recognized? Assisting today's name reader is Renner Murphy, Records and Graduation Specialist in the Office of the Registrar. Will you please stand to be recognized? We have many App State alumni who are attending this commencement ceremony as faculty, staff, parents, grandparents, partners, or friends of a graduating student. Will all alumni of Appalachian State University, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? App State has been recognized as a military-friendly school for 17 straight years, and by U.S. News and World Report and Military Times for our support of veterans, active duty service members, and their families. Will all students who are veterans or active duty military members please stand and then remain standing to be recognized? And will all other veterans or active duty military members in attendance please stand to be recognized? Thank you all for your service to your country and to your communities. App State remains dedicated to the mission established by our founders 127 years ago to provide access to education. 1/3 of our undergraduates are first-generation college students. Will all first-generation college students and first-generation college graduates in the audience, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? This spring, history is made as we recognize the first graduating class of App State's Flight Path program. These fully online, career-aligned programs were designed for the unique needs of working professionals, and these first graduates have proven exactly what's possible when ambition meets opportunity. Congratulations on blazing this new trail. I am now pleased to introduce Dr. Heather Norris, Chancellor of Appalachian State University. With more than 2 decades of academic leadership, vision, and expertise at App State, Chancellor Norris's career has been characterized by her strong collaborative leadership and service to both App State and the greater community. She has consistently led by example, serving to inspire all of us who have worked alongside her, as well as the students she has taught and mentored. Please help me welcome Chancellor Heather Norris.
Thank you, Provost Spake. What a joyous occasion this is as we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the Spring 2026 graduating class. I join in Provost Spake's thanks to those contributing to today's ceremony, and I would like to now take a moment to thank the additional members of the platform party. In addition to our mace bearer and university and college banner carriers, we have the honor of being joined by the following people on stage today. Please stand as I introduce you and remain standing until all are introduced. Governor Philip Byers, representing the UNC System Board of Governors. Chair Mark Ricks, representing the Appalachian State University Board of Trustees. Mr. Jamie Harris, Secretary of the Appalachian State University Board of Trustees. Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. And J.J. Brown, Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer. Thank you all for your presence here today to celebrate our graduates and for everything you do each and every day to support Appalachian State University and the success of our students. You can be seated. Class of 2026, today marks a significant milestone, not just in your academic journey, but in your lives. This ceremony is a celebration of your academic success and also of the resilience and perseverance you've shown in the face of unprecedented challenges, from a pandemic to a natural disaster. I admire each of you for how you overcame these obstacles with determination and grace. We are all extremely proud of you. Today is also the beginning of an exciting new chapter for all of you. You are equipped with the knowledge, skills, and relationships to thrive in a world that is ever-changing and that is also full of promise and opportunity. Your App State education has prepared you to excel in your chosen fields and to make meaningful and important contributions to your communities. The problems to be solved today and in the future demand innovative solutions, unwavering resilience, and compassionate leadership, all of which are characteristics of a mountaineer. I know you will embrace new challenges ahead, seize your opportunities, and make your mark on this world. As we celebrate our graduates' accomplishments, we owe many in attendance a debt of deep gratitude. Allow me a moment to recognize the parents, families, and friends who have supported these graduates every step of the way. Thank you for your encouragement and sacrifices, which have helped make this day possible. Parents, family, friends, thank you. Behind the scenes, our university staff have ensured our campus operates smoothly, and they've provided essential services and support to our students. Thank you, staff, for your dedication. And to the faculty who have inspired, mentored, and guided these graduates throughout their academic journeys, thank you for your endless passion and determination for the success of our students. You have made a transformational difference in these graduates' lives, and your profound impact goes far beyond the classroom. On behalf of all those present and our entire university community, I thank you, faculty, for your tireless commitment. Soon-to-be graduates, you have enriched our academic community, and now you continue a legacy of academic excellence, service, and innovation. As Mountaineer alumni, you will be a vital part of our university's ongoing story, and we invite you to engage with your alma mater for many, many, many years to come. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. May your futures be filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success, and also some fun. Well done, and congratulations. I am honored to now welcome our next speaker. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guest, Trustee Mark Ricks, Chair of App State's Board of Trustees and a proud and distinguished alumnus of App State.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to welcome all the family, friends, the country's best faculty, J.J. Brown's family, who I heard is obviously here, and you, the graduates of Appalachian State University. 37 years ago, I almost forgot a big thing right there. Hold on. We're going to start this a little early, so this is early, but I would like all the mothers to stand up that are in attendance today so we can wish you a very happy early Mother's Day. Thank you all with providing us these wonderful graduates. Additionally, family, we have a little side bet up here on the platform we're not supposed to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. We like to find out whose family and friends can be the loudest when their graduate comes up on stage. Education did pretty good today, I'm not going to lie. You got a high bar to meet, but we want to hear some hooping and hollering, okay? So I know your graduates probably said, "Don't embarrass me." Today's the day to be embarrassed, so get used to it. 37 years ago, I sat where you sit, except I was over in Broomkirk Gym, which not nearly as nice as this place, I can tell you. And as I sat there, I have no idea who spoke that day. So I will not be offended if 37 years from now you do not remember me. But what I do remember is being a little scared, because I had no idea what was coming. I was not one of these well-prepared young people that have it all mapped out and figured out. I did not know where I was headed. I did not know what was going to come next. But what I learned that day, and what you're going to learn, is that all those things your parents have been telling you about how tough life is, you're about to find out how smart your parents are. Because today you turn in your amateur status and tomorrow you go pro. But I do have good news for you, because today you earn a degree at Appalachian State University. And when I say earn, I mean earn. We have a great bookstore on campus here. This is my shameless plug for the bookstore in case you haven't been there. But what we don't sell there is college degrees. For that, you have to earn it, and only you can do that. Nobody else but you. So when life gets hard and life gets challenging, which it will, I promise, I want you to remember today. And I want you to look in that mirror and look at yourself and remind yourself of today. Because today is the day you earned a college degree. And if you can do that, there is nothing you cannot do in the future. But I do have one request for you. Please do not take the easy path. Please do not always take the easy way. Take the hard path. Take the hard way. This is what you've worked for. This is what you've earned today. The ability to go ahead and take those challenges head on. And remember this, all the great ones have failed. So you might fail, but you keep trying, you keep working, and don't be afraid of the challenges ahead of you. And no matter where the road leads you, no matter what path you take, there's always a road back up here the mountain. And today you become part of our family. And like any good family, we'll be here to welcome you. We'll give you a big hug, pat you on the back, tell you how great you are, even if you're not. So remember that and never forget it. So congratulations and welcome to the family. Now it is my great honor as the warm-up act to introduce the main act, and that's my good friend Philip Byers.
Chancellor, is there anything in particular you would like me to cover? Good stories. Mark Ricks has been such a big part of my life. We were in school together, and he gets up and says these good positive words and asks that all mothers stand. I agree with that. Mothers, thank you. God bless you. I would also ask, and there'll be about as many, would any of my ex-wives that are here today stand? Yeah, always want to know if my ex-wives are in the building. And one other thing, I was the sheriff of a little county. God's got his own plans for you, so you are prepared. These good people on your left, my right, have made sure that you are prepared for what's about to come, as Mark said. I don't worry about you. He and I can make it. Again, he was asked twice to go back to Virginia to leave this campus and reevaluate his educational decisions. And if he and I can make it, I'm not worried about you. We're going to read good things about you in the future. But part of my career, I was the sheriff of Rutherford County, North Carolina, which is a meanest place on earth. I made a career out of arresting my own family members. And anybody here from Rutherford County? Have I ever arrested you? I always like to know where the people I've arrested are at, and that way, usually they're behind me, which causes a lot of problems. Faculty, I have served, and I've tried hard for almost 11 years as a member of the UNC Board of Governors. You are all underpaid and overworked. I understand that, but thank you for all you do. Thank you for the things. This is what you do, sending people out to run this country and to do business and to do the things that we need and will need in the future. That's my serious note. And then the sad part of that is in 1 year, 2 months, 3 days, I will no longer serve as your governor. So I'm moving back to Boone. I will spend my time with the wrestling team, men, baseball team, football team, and taking classes. Now that scares you. I can see you talking to each other now saying, I hope the hell he doesn't take my class. Well, I'm going to, and plan to die. Probably, I've already tried that 2 or 3 times, getting shot at and stuff, but I plan to make my last years here in Boone where I belong. I will get on to some serious notes other than to tell you congratulations. What you've accomplished is amazing. And I will end with a few facts about what you've accomplished and what you should be proud of. This is not a piece of paper you're receiving today. This is not a diploma from a school. It is a diploma from the school. I can say that because I represent all 16 universities in this state. I always get in trouble when I say this. I'll be getting some calls from UNC and NC State later today, but you are graduating from the finest university in the state of North Carolina. Thank you, Chair Ricks, and thank you for your leadership on the Board of Trustees of this fine institution. I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the UNC Board of Governors and the UNC System Office. Let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to Chancellor Heather Norris for her excellent leadership at App State. Chancellor Norris has dedicated more than 20 years of service to App State, and she is known for building strong relationships and creating a sense of purpose and accountability within and beyond the university community. I want to thank you, Chancellor, for your dedication to advancing the educational mission of App State and supporting all members of the Mountaineer family. Would you please join me one more time in a round of applause for our Chancellor? Today, we celebrate you, graduates. You have achieved a significant milestone in your lives. You're leaving App State with the tools you need for what comes next, and the possibilities are endless. It is also important to acknowledge the contributions of the faculty and staff of Appalachian State University and to applaud the support of your parents and loved ones. I am certain you agree how vital their encouragements have been. A little bit about your faculty. When I was here, John Thomas was our chancellor. You know John Thomas is having a road named for him, let's see, here, right? And a nice building. I knew him for asking Mark to leave a few times, and I'm the one that ran his golf cart into the duck pond and stole his dog on 3 occasions. Long story you don't need to know about. You can read it online. He's the one that told those stories several years ago when he introduced me. But faculty, what you have done is amazing. And parents, some of you may end up being at home for a month or two, living in mom and dad's basement, looking for your first job. So when I say faculty and staff, the great staff of this university, and your parents, you immediately start applause, okay? So let's do that for your parents, just in case you end up back at home. So a round of applause for your parents. As graduates of this institution, you wield something even more powerful than the diploma you will receive, and that is the power of your example. You are ambassadors of this great university. Take tremendous pride in how you represent yourselves, your communities, and your alma mater. We encourage you to stay connected with this institution. Congratulations, enjoy this incredible moment, and best wishes to you all. Now, I've got some stories from a book that's coming out in December I want to share with you. It won't take about 30, 40 minutes, and we'll move quickly. Now, this is the part that was online this week from the university, and I'm sure you received it, but I'm going to repeat it because it's worthy of being repeated. Not a piece of paper you're getting today, a diploma from an outstanding university. That, the class of 2026, there is 1,161 first-generation graduates, 101 student-athlete graduates, 90 military graduates, 374 legacy graduates, 387 graduates receiving a second degree from App State, and 79 of you receiving more than one degree today. You represent 94 North Carolina counties, 40 states, 49 countries. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chair Ricks and Governor Byers. And now, the moment for which all of us have been waiting. Will all candidates for the bachelor degrees please rise? Chancellor Norris, upon recommendation of the faculty of the Walker College of Business, I hereby present to you those students who have met or will meet the requirements to earn their respective baccalaureate degrees. Candidates, you will now be directed to the stage. Candidates in the first row, please remain standing. All others, please be seated until your row is directed to the stage. When you return to your row, you may be seated.
Adam John DeRoche. Isabel Maxine Middlesworth. Riker Wayland. Michael Alexander Aquino, summa cum laude. Jonah Daniel Matthews. Logan Andres Montes. Drew Christopher Thomas. Andrew Grayson Vaccaro. Fisher Blue Almond, magna cum laude. Reed Alexander Hastings. Brett Philip Nixon, cum laude. Tyson Bilbro Davis. Ambria Nicole Dills. Samuel H. J. Hunt. Joseph Michael Barris. Ryan Martin Plasters. Ethan Hearn Ivy. Adam Ray Oates. Riley Dylan Cleve. Isaac Michael Ashendorf. Logan Scott Jackson. William Gregory Morgan. Marshall Caleb Watson, cum laude. Joseph Luke Searcy. Nicholas Gray Randolph. Bryce Alexander Curran. Haven Grace Stevens, cum laude. Joshua Graham Corpening. Anna Scalba. Manuel Atawe Kyle. Jacob Tyler Carmen, magna cum laude. Casey Nicole Campbell, cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Westmoreland, magna cum laude. Sarah Ashton Humphrey. Jacqueline Sue Lawson. Marin Riley Pelosi, magna cum laude. Mary Alice Carter. Caitlin Victoria Giles. Hallie Joe Shelton. Alyssa Jane Fennell. Jack Barry Hayes. Hampton Philip Smith, magna cum laude. Julia Marie Cotton. Claire Ramsey Desmond, cum laude. George Titus Nutt. Meredith Kate Rigsby, magna cum laude. Gabriel Preston Ellsworth. Garrett Tate Horton. Tommy Nelson Arant, magna cum laude. Maddox Paul Deal. Gwendolyn Hemingway Albertson. Dana Rose LaRue. Mia Juliet Cameron. Madeline Alexis Webster. Olivia Mariah Swan, cum laude. Sydney Victoria Bean, cum laude. Kimberly Alyssa Jones. Rachel Mackenzie Burling. Ella Gray Fulgham. Casey Elizabeth Lund. Mallory Elizabeth Cook, cum laude. Faith Florence Giddis. Isabella Grace Heinbach. Charles Robert Jones, cum laude. Austin Hunter Mitchell, magna cum laude. Chance Hayden Irely. Matthew Isaac Otten. Cole Riley Schoolcraft, magna cum laude. Avery Grace Mayhew, cum laude. Lillian Jean Yauzi, summa cum laude. Benjamin Ryan Critcher. Eric Manuel Nunez, magna cum laude. Austin David Tozier, summa cum laude. Reagan Rose Weatherford. Courtney Jennifer Storm, cum laude. Caitlin Olivia Moore. Ainsley Elizabeth Wallace. Avery Mills Brenner. Sean Davis Murphy. Avery Len Clark, summa cum laude. Cole William Vermilia. Ethan Matthew Truesdale. Cole William Haas, magna cum laude. Connor Heath Deal. Kaylee Wells Ballard. William Thomas Butkovich. Second Lieutenant Stephen Jacob Cannon, summa cum laude. Ricardo Raymond Gomez, cum laude. Robert Martin Zarzecki. Macy Brittany Bell. Caitlin Grace Vickers. Maciana Christian Kiefer, summa cum laude. Reese Taylor Richardson. John Lewis Baker. Connor Elliott Dorset, cum laude. Ryan C. Eisenhower, magna cum laude. Kayla Michelle Jackson. Matteo Simon Gislamberti. Drew J. Saunders. Daniel S. Urquhart. Robert Morris Matthews. Cynthia Hope Brooks. Carly Victoria Lance. Catherine Elizabeth Miller. Cassidy Paige Nichols, cum laude. Carly Ann Nunn. Lillian Taylor Jolly. Dylan Fargo Has, cum laude. Catherine Joyce Burgess. Joshua Charles Powell, cum laude. Jacob Wade Woodall, cum laude. Second Lieutenant Timothy Jordan Dwyer. Mason Edward Amelung. Andrew Oliver Gonthier. Owen Parker Wing. Logan Andrew Potts. Scott Michael Craven. Dominique Lind. Brianna N. Myers. Skylar M. Watson. Michael Austin Barnhart. Jake Thomas Early. Asher Raheem Fazl, summa cum laude. Ty E. Hudson. Caden James Pinkerton. Trevor Thornton Farrell. Kieran Elise Capuano, magna cum laude. Connor Gill Hope. Gavin Allen Killian. Cole Edward Loftman. Foster James Hutchinson. Emma Claire Barr. Sophie Hamilton Vashon. Roscoe Mainly Luce. Judah Shane Christian. Jeffrey Paul Daniels. Evan Patrick Yonker, cum laude. Spencer Allen Leonard. Rachel Joan Bishop. Erin Alexandria Kaza. Carly Ann Blackburn, cum laude. Julian Catherine Connor, cum laude. Ariana Glory Wrights. Nicole Lynn Mercer, magna cum laude. Ava Catherine Bremis, magna cum laude. Emily Mia Clark. Catherine White Johnson. Macy Waddell. Allie Mackenzie Hodges. Taylor Madison Pate. Samantha Lucas, summa cum laude. Eli Jackson Rice. William Clayton Forston. Nina Rosalind Shealy. Adeline Grace Smith. Julia Lauren Rappaport. Elliot Carolyn Goluke. Nora Susan Marlowe. Maya E. Engel. Charles Cooper Hyman. Owen Bradford DeBellis. Mackenzie Lee Jones, cum laude. Courtney Ann Nearly. Emma Leigh Short, cum laude. Sarah Hannah Morrison, magna cum laude. Riley Mae Watkins. Samuel Wayne Johnson. Eric Christian Olson. William Mark Hux. Christopher Anderson Bollock. Kennedy Chase Abernathy. Trista Riley Smith, magna cum laude. Jacob Cole Stinnett. Sadie Rose Callan. Chase A. Boswell, cum laude. Miles M. Allison. Michael James Lewis. Anahi Stependez Lopez, magna cum laude. Kendall Faith McLaughlin. Emily Taylor Berger, cum laude. Ansley Elizabeth Ollis. Hayden Douglas Grimes, cum laude. Samuel Bradley Gregg. Caden Patrick McCabe. Riley Quinn Brady, magna cum laude. Tate McKinney Lamos. Wesley Bryant Mason, cum laude. Kyle Joseph Kovalchuk, cum laude. Connor Paul Nelson. Cohen Scott Meek. Skylar Lee White. Bailey Emma Bolch, summa cum laude. Lana Ton Butler. Courtney Michaela Forbes. Serena Chiashi Lee, cum laude. Sarah Ann Britton. Emma Faith Andrews. Sophia Rose Powers. Cole Andrew Wharton. Devin Paul LeBlanc. Logan Roderick Craig. James Everett Harris, cum laude. Hunter Evan Adams. Drake Ryan Ackland. Natalie Rose Prykanowski. Mitchell Clark Allen. Alex Thomas Jenkins. Matthew Moriera, cum laude. Cameron Lynn Williams, magna cum laude. Larson Philip Lowenberg. Olivia Nicole Furr, summa cum laude. Gabriel Turner Harp, cum laude. Sydney Lore Chrysler. Chase Morgan Peterson. Skylar Braid Vanoy. Annabelle Marie Gamyrick. Ella Grace Taylor. Anna Kelly Mitchell. Rebecca May Karasi. Tiffany Ball. Benjamin Peter Musser. Alyssa Ann Smith, summa cum laude. Alexis Liliana Sexton. Coleman James Dallas. Cameron Benjamin Page Moreno, cum laude. Hannah Mackenzie Boyd. Braden Joseph Young. Luke Joseph Hale. Hannah Francis Masucci, magna cum laude. Abigail Reese Dunning. Riley Brooks Hiron. McKenna Sue Thomas, magna cum laude. Excuse me. That's number one, all right. Alyssa Elizabeth D'Amato, magna cum laude. Sam John Pasqua. Landon Thomas Johnson. William Robert Todd, cum laude. Jillian Elizabeth Stern. Alex James Hoyle. Jacqueline Elizabeth Rossi, magna cum laude. Elena Francine Rossi, summa cum laude. Gracie Coman. Luke Richard Oswald, cum laude. Tate Walker DeCamillis. Spencer Chase Silverman. Grace Madison Spears. Lauren Michelle Johnson. Jade Gil Zaccarelli Zonato. Mark Anthony Leyva Velasquez, magna cum laude. Jack Andre Dorda, magna cum laude. Kelsey Brooke Miller, cum laude. Avery Elizabeth Boucher, magna cum laude. Sydney Grace Gover. Veronica L. Chanyanova, magna cum laude. Gunnar Harley Brian Thibodeau, magna cum laude. Bryce Edward Hamilton. Cooper Hagan Bernard. Marley Farrell Rice. Sophia Bryn Papillo, cum laude. Lindsay Elizabeth Ford. Spencer Brady Blackwell. Gabriel William Burden. Grace Ann Kindrachuk. Kaylee Laisha Hendricks. Haley Elizabeth Seymour. Grace McBride Bruns. Abigail Anya Levacy. Kyle Peter Close. Ashley Giselle Herrera, cum laude. Melanie Grace Griffin. Ashley Marie Burns, magna cum laude. Martin Kelly Haig. Nolan Russell Giles. Jonathan Thomas Brown. Alexander Lawrence Denton. Mackenzie Lane Frazier, cum laude. Jason Kendrick Miller. Gretchen Anae Turbyfill. Abigail Elizabeth Funderburk, magna cum laude. Caitlin Danielle Williams, cum laude. Cameron Allie Green, magna cum laude. Angel Rafael Dominguez. Number 2. Isai Ocampo, magna cum laude. Kevin Josue Tumach Puak. Cadence Manier Zong. Madison Adelaide Drobinsott, summa cum laude. Bryson Clark Gibbons, cum laude. Leah Elizabeth Porter, magna cum laude. Rosemary Quinn Minton. Kaylee Drew Torres, magna cum laude. Brennan Alexander Fisher. Joshua Clark Broadstreet. Christopher Michael Schmidt, cum laude. Joseph Claude Anderson, magna cum laude. Josiah Jane Manuel, cum laude. Grant Michael Matheny. John Maxwell Chambers. Jack Brewer Romano, magna cum laude. Gregory Scott Bowman. William Anderson Lovin. Cade N. Angel. Austin William Brinkmeyer. Edward Whaley Norfleet Hoggard. Peyton Gavin Young. Taylor Alexis Fines. Sylvia Metcalf. Laura Noel Shu Neal. Jackson Miller Emery, summa cum laude. Lucas Seth McDaniel, cum laude. Bailey Dylan Young. Jordan Cameron Underwood. Dylan Wayne Curley. Charles Frederick Alexander, magna cum laude. Braden Robert Dobine. George Davian Merritt. Nicholas Jeffrey Boggs. Rocket Wayne Hill. Robert Daniel Bergevin. Devin Kane Roberts. Dakota Britt Wheatley, cum laude. Harrison Allen Howard. McGowan Augustin Sams. Frederick Paul Pitney, cum laude. Jack Wyatt Loudermilk. Wayne Austin Webb. Carolyn Roxanne Linder, cum laude. Colton Brian Dover. Garrett Thomas Barr. Evan Lawson Presnell. Bailey Mitchell Cole. Owen Kilby Story. Connor Dedevo. Spencer Brant Lipson, cum laude. Jacob Michael Cohen. Jameson Kane Parker. Carlos Angel Orazo Rojo, cum laude. Gabriel Ray Kulikowski. Abigail Lee Petro. Summer Jane Rainwater. Beck Wesley Height. Quinn Arrington Corbin. Bryce Jackson Oltowski. Jade Lee Hayes. Max Steven Sanfilippo. Mason Riley Turner. Coleman Cannett Houston. Ella Marie Rodriguez. Emma Ann Barham. Carson Brian Long, cum laude. Jillian Hope Goldstein, magna cum laude. Carolyn Rosalia Hariono, cum laude. Bradley Wayne Grossclose. Caleb Seth Shapiro. Alicia Gabriela Barrero. Lucas Graham Kern, cum laude. Will Riley. Hayden Wesley Beal. Carson James Pinker. William Baker Newcomb. Andrew Robert Labradorf. John Patrick O'Rourke, cum laude. Eric Andrew Watson. Jackson Hagen Wolf. Reeves Nicholas Palmer. Joshua James Latvala. Samuel Lewis Moore. William Spencer Harris. Maximilian J. Collins. Riley Robert James Goki. Ethan Cade Wilson. Kylie Reese Martin. Jaden Sky Childress. Jonathan Alexander Cheong. Nicholas Robert Jacobs, magna cum laude. Knox Williams. Ewan James Patrick. Aiden Sebastian Hartman. Ryan Joseph Patterson. Zoe Isabella Passman. Sultan Philip Swingham. Avery John Simmons, magna cum laude. Bailey Grace Miller. Marcella DiFazio, magna cum laude. Astrid Carolina Maria Jovine Gonzalez. Nicholas Scott Wilson. Fisher Davis Roberts, magna cum laude. Jacob Connor Hoffberg. Scott Owen Silverman, summa cum laude. Sophia Marie Magalhaes, summa cum laude. Grace Rosemarie Lisi, summa cum laude. Colin Eugene McElroy, summa cum laude. Riley Victoria Jackson, magna cum laude. Madeline Anna McMillan, magna cum laude. Ashlyn Paige Shipper. Haley Nicole Cotton, cum laude. Trevor Austin Hockaday. Michael Scott Goss, cum laude. Alex Winterhalter. Victor Daniel Rivera. Lawson Douglas Rabin. Parker Neil Byerly. Caleb James Wilcox. Tyler Gabriel Pilcher, cum laude. Jamel Keir Craig Blakely. Joseph Corey Kravik, summa cum laude. Cole Michael Baldesser. Jenna Claire Brinkley. Nathan Caleb Zimmerman. Anthony Thomas Lorenzo. Nicholas Daniel Spears. Alfredo Sandria Salazar. Kemp Clendenin Doster. Caden Matthew Crampert. Liam David Gilland. Oh! Quincy Jasper Newton. Justin Tyrese Fullwood. Tabitha Brooke Garland. Elizabeth Star Bolaños. Elijah Compangpet.
candidates for a degree please rise? To those who now present themselves as candidates for degrees from Appalachian State University, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of North Carolina and by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, upon completion of all requirements, I will confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Undergraduates, since the Middle Ages, the silks of the graduation tassel have represented the colors of the faculty and the power of the university to confer degrees. In a moment, you will continue this wonderful tradition by moving your tassel in a moment, signifying your transition from undergraduate students to graduates of this university. Are you ready? Let's do it. Members of the undergraduate class of 2026, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, Appalachian State University graduates! All right, you get to sit down just one more time. We will conclude our ceremony with the alma mater performed by the Appalachian Brass Ensemble. The lyrics will be posted to the Jumbotron for anyone who'd like to sing along.
Please stand for the recessional. Faculty, as you recess, we encourage you to convene at the back of the arena to congratulate and celebrate the graduates as they exit into Alumni Hall.